What's up, Marvel fans? This is Stan Series, and in today's video, we're going to be going through Avengers Endgames, Easter eggs, cameos, callbacks, and theories for the future of the Marvel Universe. So today, I've posted my Avengers Endgame spoiler review. So that's been on for quite some time. So if you want to, you can go and have a look and see if you like it and give it a good view if you like it. So as I said in that video, we're going to cover some spoilers here. So this is spoiler territory. So if you don't want to know anything what was in the film, leave now so then, so you don't get spoiled. So let's get into this then. So let's start off with our Easter eggs first. Now for this one, it's 2 Easter eggs into one person. And that's with Captain Marvel. So the first one to her is, we notice that later in the film, when it comes to 5 years later, she has a new haircut. Well, a new hairstyle. It's like shorter and everything. Now at first I never really thought it was something from the comics. I just thought, it's just something they've just thought to do for the film. But then I looked at later on and I realised it's actually something that she's had in the comics, which I'm pretty shocked about. And then also, another one I did not expect to see was the colours of her costume, because she gains a new one. And looks like she changed the costumes to make it look like Captain Marvel's. So, that's pretty cool they did that. I mean, that's pretty cool, a nice callback to the male version of Captain Marvel. And who knows, I wonder that's why they've done it. I mean, one, maybe because of the comic version, and maybe they thought, because we never saw the female version with a costume and wearing those colours, we thought it to Captain Marvel. So that's pretty cool. Another one is now in the film when Tony and Pepper, now with a child, a daughter. Well, yeah, it didn't turn out to be a son, while we all thought it was going to be from the beginning of Infinity War, as Tony brought up. The kid's name was Margaret, something like that name. The Morgan, Stark, that's the kid's name. And this one was a pretty interesting one. I looked up. According to the comic book version of the character, it's actually not a child of Tony's. It's Tony's cousin. So that's pretty interesting. So, but also it said, like from the comics, it says looks like it causes trouble for Iron Man. I don't know how in the way, but that's pretty interesting to know. Then we got our first look at New Asgard, but obviously it's very that to see in a comic book version of New Asgard, it's not like the one you saw what's in the film, because in the comic version it's like Asgard, but obviously maybe the buildings are different, like different types of buildings and all that. But in the film it's just like them using normal houses, and they build like big castle form looking kind of way. So that's pretty interesting. But it did seem like in the film it's based in the same location where it is in the comics. So, well, I would say that's where it's gone to, yeah. Now, we don't really need to bring these ones up a lot, but it's one Easter egg was Rocket's new costume, taken from the Guardians comics. And also Smart Hawk, what was been in the comics as well. Well, Professor Hawk, as they called him, when Hawk and Banner merged together and they become as one. And those two, they are pretty cool. They referenced those ones. I'm really glad they did that, actually. And another Easter egg was when it came to Cap and Tony in 1970. And there, when we had the look of young Hank Pym, we notice, if you look at it, it's not, obviously it's there, bang on the screen. You see the original helmet of Ant-Man. So yeah, the original helmet that's, Hank Pym had in the comics. And, what a pretty funny Easter egg to put that in there. And it does say as well, did he actually wore that in the film universe really? But it was a first kind of prototype kind of one. But that'd be interesting really if they ever say about that. Then apparently this was another Easter egg from the comics, which I never knew was in the comics, was where in the film, well, after when past Thanos goes to the present and destroys the Avengers base, Hawk, saving War Machine and Rocket, Raccoon, he holds like a pile of Wumble, like lifts it up. And that's actually something from the comics, from the Secret Wars comic book. When it's not a pile of Wumble, it's like a mountain. And he's holding like the whole thing. Which, that's sort of like a good nod to that comic. Also, that goes with the old Captain America. But there's a bit of a difference how that goes. So according to the comic book version, he actually becomes old because of the super soldier serum apparently warns off, which I didn't know it can do that. I thought it was something that, I thought that was something that's in you forever, but that's a bit weird. But in the movie version, it's like when Cap in the end goes traveling back to place to put all the stones back in the times they all got taken from, because if they were not back there, as the Agent One said, it creates a new timeline and it could be bad. So that's what Cap had to do. He also had to take the hammer back. But obviously they was expecting him to come back, but they noticed that after he did the whole task, he was like, I'm going to live the life that I really want. And he's with Peggy Carter, so that happened. Then we see an old version of him. Now at that same point, we get to see that Cap. At that point, he's got his shield back to normal, because in the film it got a bit damaged by Thanos, and he's got it repaired, and he gives it to his friend. Now you might be thinking, yes, does he give it to Winter Soldier? No, sorry to disappoint you. He gives it to Falcon, and yeah, not as I expected, but people did speculate at the time like it may go to Falcon because of the comic books recently and all that, but well, in my mind I was like, I'm disappointed they've done that. I was like, hang on, you would have thought he'd give it to his friend he's known for his life. That'd be Bucky, but oh well, who knows now? Who knows? Maybe in the show, maybe he does go on for Cap for a bit, and then he realised maybe Bucky's the best person to be Captain America. So could happen in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. So I don't know, something like that could happen. Now, other Easter eggs we got in there was other Easter eggs was the what was it again? Oh, that was it. The A-Force, because in the biggest battle scene in the film, when the Avengers come back, the ones from the snap, we get to see our first look at the females teaming up together, and damn, what a scene that was! It was like the A-Force has formed, and wow, it was pretty cool, really. But without obviously, I don't think Black Widow was part of the group, but it would have been nice if she actually survived in the film and she would have been part of it. But yeah, but she's gone now. But it's a bit sad. But that's for the Easter eggs, I think. Yeah, that's really for the Easter eggs. Now, cameo-wise, I ain't going to spend too long on it. Let's talk about the biggest appearances I did not expect. So, like, small appearances, like I already heard was going to be back, and it was the Aged One, bang on, was back. Crossbones, bang on, came back. And, who else was it as well? Actually, I think it was those two I heard about that was being rumoured, but those two came back shocking. Other ones I was shocked about the biggest ones I was shocked about was the main villain from Winter Soldier, Adrian, I think that's how you say his name. He was back. Also, the other characters who turned out to be Hydra, one who got killed by Winter Soldier being chucked out of the car, that guy, and the one who was always around with Crossbones, Jack Walvis, I think that's what his name was. But with it as well, other big appearances I was shocked to see was I got the names up here so I know what I'm talking about. Oh, that was it. Thor's mother. I did not expect to see her there in the film, but I was surprised we got to see her when he came to traveling to the Dark World film event with Thor and Rocket. That's pretty cool. They did that. That goes with Jane Foster, because I thought we may not see her in this film, but it depends on where they go to get the reality stone point time. But looks like they went there, so that's pretty a big shocker one to me. That was, and then really for this, the other one was General Ross. Like, well, I mean, I didn't expect he was going to be back in it because, well, I didn't really expect it, but yeah, Red Hulk made his appearance in it. And then another big one who was there was Aunt May. So Aunt May was in the film, but my biggest one I was surprised to see, who I haven't saw for a while. Now, is going to be an interesting one if you know who this person is, but it's Edwin Jarvis. And if you don't know who that is, it's the character from Agent Carter. Yes, the TV show. So yeah, a TV character has made an appearance in the film, which we have not had really for quite some time. Well, I mean, I can't think of another TV character that's made into a film, but to me so far, that's like, wow, a TV character from the TV side into a film. I'm glad they got him in this. So I'm hoping that's like a hint saying you could be expecting more of this in the future. I hoping they do that. I hoping they do. So that's really with the cameos. Now the callbacks. Now mainly the callbacks was the time travel scenes when they went back to Avengers Assemble. That's the first film. For the Dark World and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nice callbacks to go back to those films. Seeing from the Avengers, seeing the bits what was in the film, like when the team first assembled in New York. That was cool to see that. And also at the point when they got Loki and they were about to arrest him, to take him back to Asgard. Which that was a good callback as well. And also showing you some new bits as well. You know, what happened at the point of time, but obviously changed a little bit because our Avengers, our present ones went to the past, so that was pretty cool. Obviously that goes the same for the Dark World, and that was pretty cool to go back there. And also Guardians. I thought they actually did good, going back to those. Really, really, really cool. And I love it, like, how they did with the first Avengers film. Because one thing I did not expect was they were going to go back to get the Time Stone as well at that point. Because originally I thought mainly that them to go back at that point to get the Tesseract and the staff, which both of them is the Space and Mind Stone. And I thought then, they might travel to the Doctor Strange film to get the Time Stone. But no. They just thought, hang on. With those two at that point, and also obviously looks like the Time Stone was in New York. They were like, we'll get that one at the same time with the other two. So that was pretty cool. That went the same for Guardians 1, They went for the Power Stone and then they thought, we'll go to Volmir for the Soul Stone. Obviously that's cool for that. And then, for the Dark World, it was just for the Ether, so pretty cool how they did that. So it was like numbers like 3, 2, 1. It's like very funny how they did that, really. So that is pretty cool they done that. Now, last part to really, really want to discuss about is the, it's theories, as I always do on my thingy videos after I do a spoiler video, but more on it, it's more onto the thing, it's, theories on what comes next. Like, what's the next big thing now for Marvel Studios? Well, first of all, I've completely forgot to pull up in cameos, but it's Stan Lee. Now, I want to say again, it was nice to see Stan Lee again, for his cameo role. I mean, it's sad it's the very last cameo role we got in the film. But, I was a bit of a disappointment, a little bit, because I thought, maybe they might do that big plot line on with him, saying he's the Watcher and all that, to tie him back to Guardians 2, but they didn't do that. But as long as he was in the film and doing whatever he was given, okay, I'll just be glad when he's gone. Because come on, this was like the biggest moment for him. Because I know he passed away. I'm not putting it in a bad way, but it was nice seeing him again for the last time. And it does bring up the question, like, we've been hearing, like, what are they going to do for him now? Because we know that the guy, we know he passed away, was it around last year? I can't believe it. I should remember this. But, yeah, we know he passed away, so it was like, we ain't going to get no more cameos of him, but I don't know. I mean, I said to myself, maybe they could put cameos of him, but maybe it could be like a picture of him like they did with Netflix. But or they might do a newer way of cameos. Maybe we will be in every film taking Stan Lee's place, but I don't know yet. I mean, we would have to wait until they really, really talk about what they're going to do. Well, actually, maybe wait for Spider-Man Far From Home, because who knows, they might throw something in there, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now let's really get on to the now let's really get to the main topic. Is the theories for the future now. So first off, the A-Force, really, are they like tease? Because after that part, it's like, is it like a tease, like a theory kind of way, saying that A-Force is happening down the line? So that'd be pretty cool. I mean, Captain Marvel as a first female film was a success, and I did say to myself, like, give us other solo female films first, like the Black Widow one that's coming up, and then other ones after that. Then we got ourselves an A-Force film. Now, that does bring up with Black Widow, because in the film Black Widow died, and obviously she doesn't come back because she got killed by sacrificing herself for the Soul Stone. Mainly now, this is gonna be like a prequel now for the obviously for her film. Well, if we're actually doing her film, so that would be curious of what they'll do for a prequel film like that, and how they're gonna keep Scarlett Johansson around, because I do find it weird now, like, they'll keep her around doing that, because I thought, by killing her off, I thought, oh, that's it, it's a goodbye to her, but I don't know, it's going to find weird that we're going to see her again in prequels, and it's like, if you killed her off in Endgame, I thought that was a sign, like, oh, she's moving on now, but, well, the actress is moving on, but, I don't know. I mean, if it comes out and happens, we'll see how they do it. Also, as well, another film-wise that might come down the line and we keep hearing about that could happen was the Young Avengers, because in the Endgame we had an older Cassie Lane, so because we know she becomes a hero in the comics, so is it a tease now? Because obviously in the end of the film, it stayed in the year 2023, so it's like any chance we might see her in the third Ant-Man film, that we might see her take on her mantle, and then move on for her in the Young Avengers film, which that could be interesting. And because we had the lad back from the who was in Iron Man 3, and I've always keep hearing saying that, oh, maybe he might take on Iron Man's mentor, and he might take on the mantle of Iron Lad, which I don't think that character does in the comics. I don't know if there's ever been a character in the comics again, but if he goes on the wall of Iron Lad, it could be something interesting. So then you got another character taking Iron Man's place. So that's like another member to the group. And I mean, I would love to start seeing what can a young group of heroes do in a film. Because we've always spent around with seeing, adult size, like in their 40s, 50s, 30s, whatever age they are again. What if it's time around to see kids like around their 20s and all that? Seeing how do they cope with being a hero and also being part of a team? That'd be something cool to see. So I hope they could do something like that. What other theories? Oh, that was it. Theories for like other films like Guardians now, for the third one. I'm wondering now in the next Guardians film we are going to have Thor in it, because we saw in the end of Endgame that Thor had to pass in the, giving the Asgard to Valkyrie, who's now Queen of Asgard apparently. Because now that's happening, Thor's going with the Guardians. I'm wondering if they're going to have him in Guardians 3, because that'd be something cool to see. One of your original Avengers now going off, doing his own thing, and being part of a new team. Which I would love to see, because I did love the kind of friendship with Rocket and Thor, so that'd be pretty cool. And see how Quill and Thor get along, because that end part of that film, it was like, ooh, they might not get along in space together for seeing each other a lot. So, please, Marvel, keep him Thor and have him in Guardians 3. I would love to. I want to see that. I want to see it. Other thing I could think for theory-wise. Actually two more really I'll get into. Like, now about the Scarlet Vision show. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with that now, because Vision didn't come back in the film, and he wasn't brought back from the dead. Obviously because, I don't know why they didn't bring him back. It's questioning now, where is the show taking place now? Because from seeing that, it's like, okay, man, it looks like that is going to take place between Civil War and Infinity War. Which I could see that now, but then there's other possibilities I've been hearing saying that, oh, it could take after Endgame, and I've been hearing about, like, the story for the show could take, we'll take comic book storylines from the House of M and the Vision's kind of one when he has a family, Wobble family, so, okay, are you trying to say, like, Scarlet in the show will create her own reality when Vision's alive and all that? Which, okay, that'd be something interesting to see. I mean, in the comic version of House of M, she did create her own reality, but obviously it may be different to the show side if they do that way, so, okay, that'd be something interesting to see. I mean, I can't really say much because we don't know what's really going on, so until the more info comes out, we'll do a video on it. Now, last one. Who is going to be the next big baddie of the universe? And we all know who. Galactus. I mean, come on. Galactus has to be the next big baddie of this universe now. I mean, Thanos is done. I mean, I don't know if he's actually alive because actually what Tony did with the snap and all that. And I don't know, did that mean like, oh, he killed past Thanos, so that means future Thanos ain't there. Well, present Thanos ain't here, so it seems like mainly it'll all be focused on Galactus now. Once they start putting some stuff about him and then give him appearance in the films before his big appearance in an Avengers film. Which I hope they will do, and I hope they do like a phase thing again with Galactus, just like they did with Thanos, because it worked well, and I'll see it'll work well with Galactus. And one thing, please don't make him look bad. Don't give him like a cloud look like that example, or make him like he's an actual human size. Give us the giant Galactus like we've been waiting for. Give us that. Please, just give us that, Marvel. That's all I'm asking. And you know as well, if you wanted to follow like other characters to be big baddies, but not in the Galactic, not like for Thanos way, Doctor Doom and Apocalypse. I'm throwing that in now. I want them in it. I want a proper Apocalypse now with his size as Thanos. I want that to happen. And I want a good Doctor Doom in his actual good costume. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for them. Yeah, that's all I'm asking. So that comes to the end of this. Now, before I sign this off, I'd like to say, Marvel, for the last 11 years, you have done a great thing for all of us Marvel fans. You created these films. You really bring some goodness out of us. I mean, when after watching Iron Man first, I was like, wow, this looks something interesting. Then with Hulk, and then the films after that before Avengers 1, I was like, okay, this is getting exciting. And then when it came to Avengers Assemble, after seeing that, I was like, man, I want to see more from the universe, and you've done it. I would just want to say, thank you, Marvel Studios, for the first 11 years. Thank you for everything you have done. Now, bring us the next 10 years, Marvel. Bring us the next 10 years for your films and the shows. I want to see more of you guys. So, really, that's all I want to say for that part. So, if you got other Easter eggs, you know, callbacks, cameos and theories you want to put into this video I haven't said in the video, put them down in the comments down below and we can really talk about it, and, you know, if you want to. Also, give this video a thumbs up, you know, to share this out to your friends. Another thing I completely forgot to say first, if you want to keep up with my news, up-to-date news from the film, the Marvel kind of cinematic universe, my Marvel Facebook page will be down in the description below. So click that and you'll get all the news and everything, and images from films and TV shows. And also as well, if you want to see more of my what's the word I'm trying to look for? If you always want to see more videos of me, anyway, let's just go with that, like that. If you're getting bored, what I'm trying to say is, if you get bored of watching other YouTubers and you want to see someone different, you know, maybe a friend of yours might show you one of my videos, and if you like it, you can subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to this channel, this is what I do. It's like Marvel and Transformers Cinematic Universe, like news-wise, but this one, I'm doing Easter eggs and all that. I also do trailers, mainly with the TV spots, it's the Super Bowl ones, and the clips. For trailers and clips, non-spoilery ones, I haven't really done a lot of clip ones, but I'm hoping maybe one for Far From Home, but it may not happen, but I'm hoping to do it. And the spoiler reviews, just like I did for me Endgame one. Also, last but not least, you will see me my spoiler review for Endgame. Click here. My channel, make sure you click the bell to be notified when new videos are up. And here to see me last Transformers video. So that's really, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. See you guys soon. Peace.